So you've been trying to manifest wealth for a while, right? You've probably heard a lot about how people do it. But the thing that most people are missing is what I call this manifestation muscle. I heard about this from a guy called Nero Knowledge in the UK. Big shout out to him. And I know this might be a new term for you because it's something that's been put together based on experiences, and you can easily relate these experiences to your own. And it very easily relates to trying to manifest wealth in your investing journey as well. And just like you need the right strategy and a strong foundation to succeed financially, you also need this manifestation muscle to really start to see the wealth that you want in your life. In this video, I'm going to break down why you might be struggling and, more importantly, how to build that strength to make things easier. Before we kind of dive deeper into that idea of the manifestation muscle, I'm going to tell you a little story about my own investing journey at the beginning, and it'll illustrate exactly what I'm talking about here. And as always, if you enjoy this, if you've got further comments, please put them in the comments section, because I've been reading them recently and there's quite a lot of nice people in there, uplifting comments in there, so it's nice. And I don't want these videos to be just theory. I want action to be taken. I want this to have real world application. So early on in the investing journey, emotions would take over quite a bit. And there'd be new projects that would come up that I would get really excited about. And I would say, at the beginning, I did pretty well. I did pretty well at the beginning. I didn't have much money to start with. So the gains as percentages were pretty decent. I was growing my portfolio kind of 10, 20% consistently, but it wasn't a lot of money at the time. So I didn't make loads of money in that, but it's nothing crazy. But I was building a lot of confidence. But then as it happens, I got a bit too eager and I saw an opportunity in this new project. It was something about passive income, and it was all hyped up and there was loads of noise around it, and I didn't really do enough research or provide enough thought, and I kind of went all in thinking it was going to go to the moon and make me a millionaire. And that's unreasonable considering the small amount of money that I had at the time. So a long story short, that project literally went to zero and I lost a good chunk of money that I really didn't really want to lose because I didn't have much. And it's tough because when you don't have much and you lose a big portion of that, you've really set yourself back. And the problem is I overextended myself and I went in far too big and too fast. And it was a hard lesson. And really I was trying to invest more than my knowledge and my skill could handle. And it led obviously to a massive setback here. And I realized later that if I'd kind of paced myself and built the portfolio slowly and steadily, I would have avoided that loss, that hard loss. Now, here's the thing, right? Just like I pushed too hard and too much capital into this risky thing, you also might be trying to manifest financial success that's way outside of your current capacity. And that's where this struggle comes in. If you're aiming for something that's far beyond what your mindset can currently handle, it's like trying to become a millionaire with $1,000 and no understanding of a market. The result obviously is that you're going to fall short and it's going to be frustrating and you're going to lose the limited money that you had in the first place. So your subconscious mind is running the show basically when it comes to your financial reality. And if you're used to earning, let's say you're used to earning 5k a month, but now you're trying to jump straight to 100k a month, your subconscious is actually going to just push back because you're not aligned with that goal. It's just like me jumping into that kind of high risk investment without kind of having that foundation of knowledge or really experience at that point, just a recipe for disaster. And so what is the way to avoid this? Well, you start small and you build up, of course. In investing, you don't want to throw your capital into one deal right away. You want to diversify a little bit. I have strong thoughts about diversification, certainly in the starting phases. Diversification typically is something to preserve wealth rather than grow it. So you want to diversify so you're not in all one asset, but 2 or 3 maybe, not like 10, 15. If you go into 10 or 15 assets, you're just going to be diluted. You're not going to have any power to grow. Even if one of them goes 10x, you didn't have much money in that thing anyway. But allowing for time to go by for you to learn your lessons and build the portfolio step by step and learn as you go, that's really important. And manifestation of wealth is the exact same thing. So if your goal is to earn 100k a month, but you're currently making 5, you don't want to leap straight into 100k. You start by kind of setting more achievable targets like 10 and then 20 and then keep going. So you don't want to be exceeding where your brain is at. what your brain, your subconscious is capable of. Now, of course, we can have these big aspirations and the big dreams and the big visualizations, and they help. But the focus needs to be on those smaller milestones. It's like building a muscle. You don't go too hard, otherwise you're going to get injured or hurt yourself. You progressively build it, so your body becomes able to handle those bigger weights. It's the same thing, and that's that manifestation muscle that you've got to grow with and build. And it's exactly how you scale, in my mind, financial results in a sustainable way. And it's much the same as, like, if you think of building wealth, as I've said, to make the wealth, you don't throw your money into one stock or into one crypto overnight. You gradually build a portfolio and learn and understand and build a plan of action. Like, these are all little steps in here that help you win over time, over this kind of accumulation of knowledge and skill. And it's the same with the manifestation as well. Each small financial success strengthens your confidence, and that confidence is what powers your ability to manifest bigger and better things. The more confident you are, the easier it is to attract financial success that you're working towards. So let's talk about something practical that you can start doing, like, right now. Right, I wanted this to be actionable. And this is what I'm going to call a reality experiment. This is where you kind of focus on visualizing these smaller financial wins first. Imagine seeing an unexpected $100 show up, or whatever's meaningful to you to create some sort of fluctuation in your heartbeat. For some of you that'll be $100. For some of you that'll be 100,000. I don't know. But imagine that random number showing up in your life, like in your portfolio. And obviously it could be small, but meaningful. And that's kind of what I want you to think of it. And I want you to think of it this as you're training your mind. Just like you would train your body in the gym, just like you would train yourself in crypto by being in crypto for a long time and going through all the ups and downs. Build up these wins, and each success will kind of build that confidence in you. And then that confidence in you allows you to emit a frequency that manifests to a greater degree. I'm in all these conversations that I've been having with people who are way more knowledgeable than me about this stuff, and then I've even seen in my life the way I change my mind, my view of money, or the things I want in my life, and the energy I put towards those things. I'm finding that my ability to manifest larger things, bigger things in my life, is increasing as I build my confidence and my ability to do so. Right, so start with visualizing something quite small. You can see it, and you can see it happening. It's like this light bulb moment that you want to feel and say, I did it. Rest in that kind of emotion and think, I really did it. I'm looking at it. I'm feeling the emotions of looking at my phone and my portfolio is at this value. Oh my goodness, it's happened. And do this consistently over time with different amounts. And each one has to be more meaningful. And that'll build that manifestation muscle. And each one of those small kind of wins, you'll see that impact of that in reality. That is reality. But you'll see the difference of that over time in your portfolio, just because your mentality has changed, the energy that you emit has changed. Things will happen in your life that will also build the portfolio in like reality, rather than kind of forcing that vibration to be put out. It's very interesting. And I think the more that you see the proof that you can manifest, the more confident you become, and then the bigger the goals that you have financially can be. So to wrap this all up, manifesting wealth is very closely related to your investing journey right now. You need to actually focus on building strength and start small and scale over time. So you set these smaller targets at first and then achieve them, and then use that momentum to go after bigger goals, rather than going for the big one straight away, which I think many of us fall into the trap of. Don't do too much too soon. Build that muscle step by step, and eventually you'll have enough strength to manifest all the financial things you've ever been aiming for. Part of the journey of doing that is reallocating your attention, removing your attention from worthless activities like watching lots of YouTube videos and endlessly scrolling. A lot of the manifestation that you can put into place is a lot of action that you can do. You can visualize and imagine, but you can also do some things, right? You can also take action on some things with your physical body. With the energy that you've got in your mind, you can go towards, let's build out a plan of action. Let's make a plan for taking profits. Let's actually do it. Like, don't be passive. Don't be passive, be proactive, and make things happen. then the confidence builds and it builds and builds, and then you're able to do more because you've expanded your subconscious and the energy that you're emitting, but you've also expanded your knowledge and ability to action things. If you're interested in talking about that with me and my team, a massive portion of the program I've created is on the mentality of money and developing yourself to who you need to be. If that aligns with you in some way, you're between the ages of 40 and 70. It's not limited to that, but if you're in that range and your portfolio's, above 30k, ideally over 100k, and you've got reasonable targets in the future for like what you want with the money, like this program will solve the problem. It'll do all the development that you need as a person for you, and it'll also give you that plan of action to where you can take your hands off and go and enjoy your life. We don't have enough life. Time is limited. Focus a small amount of attention and energy and action on this, and it'll do wonders for the manifestation of the wealth that you're looking for. All right, stay emotionless. I'll see you in the next one.